Hi, this is Asean now and you're watching the Weekly Wrap. First of all, I would like to congratulate all our athletes who won Olympic medals this week. You did us proud. Singaporean swimmer Joseph Schooling received a hero's welcome back home after winning the country's first gold medal in the men's 100-meter butterfly last week. The 21-year-old beat Michael Phelps, who is the most decorated Olympian of all time, and he also set an Olympic record with his winning time of 50.39 seconds. Next, Pokemon Go is a no-go for some ASEAN countries. Brunei announced that it will work to remove religious institutions, schools, restricted landmarks, and cemeteries from the list of Pokestops and gyms. Pokemon Go players in the Philippines were told to pray rather than play after several places of worship in the country were made Pokestops. While in Malaysia, military personnel were discouraged from playing the popular game for fear of a security threat. Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand have also banned players from playing the game at certain venues. In the Philippines, 2 Indonesian kidnap victims have escaped from their Abu Sayyaf captors in Sulu by swimming out to sea. The 2 survivors were among the 7 tugboat crewmen who were abducted by Abu Sayyaf in June. They escaped while their guards slept after the militants threatened to kill them. They were later found by local villagers. Next, the war of words between Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte and the United Nations has escalated. Duterte called the UN's criticism of his controversial war on crime as stupid and warned them not to interfere. More than 1,500 people have died in Duterte's war on drugs. Such had prompted the UN to release a statement saying that claims to fight illicit drug trade do not shield state actors for illegal killings. Last but not least, here is some bizarre news. A woman in Malaysia got the shock of her life when she found a 2-meter-long python curled up in her toilet bowl. While in Brunei, villagers scored a big catch, a 15-foot crocodile to be precise. Crikey. We now head over to Bangkok with our Thailand partner, Nation TV, for the latest roundup from the Northern ASEAN region.
Thank you very much, Kuala Lumpur, for your updates. And now let's take a look over the past week here in the Upper ASEAN region. Starting off with Thailand, as Thai people are shrugging off efforts by those behind a series of recent bomb attacks in southern region by vowing to unite even further to cooperate with authorities. The Thai social media users and members of the press have formed a mutual agreement not to publish or distribute photos of the carnages or dead bodies at the scenes of the attacks, which took part in 7 provinces. The netizens also launched an online project of distributing banners carrying encouraging messages like Stronger Thailand across the social media for users to use as profile photos. And now on to Myanmar, as parts of the country have been severely damaged in recent weeks as heavy rain sweeps the country during the monsoon season. According to government forecasters, despite hundreds of thousands already displaced from their homes due to floods, the deluge is set to get even worse. At least 8 people have died and more than 430,000 have relocated from their homes due to flooding in the northern and central parts of the country. Now on to an issue between Australia and Vietnam, as Australian veterans have been stunned by a last-minute decision by Vietnamese authorities to cancel a year-long plan to organize a memorial service marking a bloody battle in the Vietnam War. Veterans Affairs Minister Dante Han said that he was bitterly disappointed with Vietnam's decision to cancel commemorations at Long Ton, which was scheduled on August 18th. The refusal by Vietnamese authorities was prompted reportedly by the scale of the event, which is considered too large over such an insensitive issue, detrimental to the Vietnamese people's morale. The Battle of Long Ton took place on August 18 in 1966 in a rubber plantation near Long Ton in Phuoc Tuy Province in South Vietnam during the Vietnam War. The fight resulted in a decisive victory by an Australian force of about 100 men fighting against a joint force of Viet Cong guerrillas and North Vietnamese force of more than 2,500 men combined. Moving on to an issue between Laos and Vietnam as the National Assemblies of Vietnam and Laos look to strengthen ties after the Laos speaker Somphan Phengkhammy recently visited Vietnam. During talks with his Vietnamese counterpart on August 15, the visiting Lao legislator said that his country wishes to learn about the organizational structure and activities of the Vietnamese National Assembly, or NA Committee, and all-level people's councils, especially those at the provincial level. Somphan said that he believes that Vietnam will make stronger development in the future, thus promoting the relations between the two countries. And our last story is from Cambodia, as Macau casino operators listed in Cambodia are struggling as more mainland Chinese tourists head to rivals in Cambodia, where travel costs are lower. Naga Corp, operator of Naga World, Phnom Penh's only casino, logged $125 million in net profit for the first half of this year, a 24% year-over-year rise. Macau's casino leaders fared less well. For example, Sands China's bottom line for the half was 25% lower than a year earlier at $550 million. Shifts in mainland Chinese tourism largely account for these divided fortunes. Visitor arrivals to Cambodia rose 2% on the year for the January to May period, with most tourists coming from Vietnam, China, and South Korea. And that's it for this episode of ASEAN Wrap from the Upper ASEAN region. This has been Sathapat Patong, and now back to Kuala Lumpur.
Thank you, Bangkok, and thanks for watching. I'm Victoria Brown. Have a pleasant weekend.